Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about how are senior citizens saving money right now. Let's get started and talk about it. I'm mostly talking about my father's friends and acquaintances in Arizona. I did some observing and I learned quite a bit, and I think for any of us that are not in our 80s, we could definitely learn from many of these folks. First one, they don't care about the Joneses and what kind of car they bought, or they don't compare themselves in their situation with anyone else. They just do what's best for them. That's the first thing I noticed. Another thing, at this stage, they told me they really don't do any kind of gift giving unless it's to their grandkids, because they just don't need anybody to be buying them stuff for their house, and they don't really want to be purchasing gifts. They said that was a stage in their life, and that's just not part of their budget. Another thing that I've noticed is this. They don't buy a lot of stuff overall unless it's something they need. They're not shopping as a hobby. My father does not shop as a hobby, but a lot of these folks I met, they don't shop as a hobby. As a matter of fact, and I have a little story time for number 4, my dad and I went into a Starbucks to have some coffee. And we sat down, and I do enjoy Starbucks, okay? A lot of people will say, yes, they're costly, but I've tried to make Starbucks drinks, and I cannot make them like Starbucks. So I had a gift card, and the other people that were at Starbucks that I met, who we sat next to, also had a gift card. And they're like, hey, this is our first time here. Well, they went up and they ordered a drink. The customer service there was phenomenal. But the guy, when he got his drink, he liked the taste of his drink, but the cup was mostly ice. He went right up there and said, I'm not paying $7 for a cup of ice. And so they redid his drink without the ice. So yeah, the thing I noticed with senior citizens is that many of them are going to speak up. If they don't feel their meal is done right, they don't like the customer service, they're going to speak up and they're going to say something about it. Many times people will just go around and maybe complain to their friends, but they don't speak up about it. I noticed that when they will say something, and if my father was somewhere and he didn't care for something, he would say, hey, I want this remade, or this isn't what I ordered, or, this is cold in the center, or whatever. He would say something. He wouldn't just put up with it. And he would make a note. If he didn't think it was worth it, he would not go back again. So that's one of the things. So they don't put up with stuff. Another thing is they do their research. My father, for example, needed some work done that he wasn't able to do or didn't have the equipment for. And somebody, I don't remember what it was something to do with his gutters or roof or something. That's all I remember. And somebody came by from a big company and was wanting to charge $1,000. And my dad was like, okay. And he said, no, thank you. And my dad did a bunch of research on it and figured out another company that could do it for $400. So they do their research. A lot of times people think they can trick senior citizens into spending money here or there, but many of these folks are very smart cookies, and you cannot pull the wool over their eyes. So they're not willing, which brings me to the next thing, they're not willing to pay high prices. They will do their research and figure out a different way rather than paying a high price for something. Next, they do as much stuff for themselves. And one thing I notice about seniors, many of them network with each other. Like my dad, he can do a lot of things around the house, but his eyesight is not as good as it used to be. So somebody might help my dad fill out some paperwork, and then maybe my dad would go over and blow some leaves and do some yard work for them. There's a lot of networking and helping out in the community of seniors. That's something else that I've seen, which is a great way to save money. Number 8, staying close to home and not driving all over Timbuktu. Like I said, they don't do shopping as a hobby, just if they need something. And last but not least, they look for discounted or free services. For example, free exercise classes, free seminars, or anything that they can get for free. My dad's gotten a lot of things through the VA. They're always looking for services and around the community that they can do for discounted or for free. So these are some ways that I've seen many seniors save a lot of money. I think a lot of these things we could do to save money. Let me know what you guys think. If you are a senior citizen, let me know some ways you save money in the comments below, because it's something everyone can probably save on. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope you come back for tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye now.